Okay, today, this morning, second call of the day, working on a walk-in cooler. As you see, the fan's running. I don't have a compressor, and I gotta mark my time clock and make sure that's working right. Doesn't look like it's in defrost, but I could be wrong. So I gotta test the contactor, the capacitor, check that defrost clock, make sure it's running right or even moving. Customer says that during the day it kind of runs fine, but when he comes in the morning it's warm, 48-50 degrees. So we will get our gauges hooked up, see if I got any refrigerant in this thing. Maybe it's off on low pressure. I don't know how it's wired. I don't know how this one's wired into the compressor. See if I have voltage at the compressor, and then we'll go from there. Let me get set up and get my gauges on it. Well, I got pressure, 121 psi. Let's see if I got voltage. See if I got voltage to that compressor. I got the fan running, so I know the contactor's pulled in. Let's see. So I got to ground, I got I don't know, 120 volts there, 120 volts there, 120 volts there. So I'm getting voltage to the compressor, but it's not starting. So let me pull the disconnect and get these wires off the disc. So let's see if my overload's open. I got nothing. There's my common. My common's right there, I think. Brush this off here. Yeah, common. Start, run. So got continuity between start and run, 7.7. Between common and run, I got 1.9. Oh, there it is. It came back. I think it's got a bad overload in this compressor. because I guarantee now. Well, let me check my capacitors and make sure they're good to go. Because I mean, the compressor, it's a tiny bit warm. Not too bad. Not enough to let it go off on overload. So this one, shit, I don't know. Can't tell on what that's supposed to be. So my capacitance on the start capacitor is nil, nothing. That could be a reason why it's going off on overload. Trying to start and it can't start because it needs a start capacitor and this thing's dead. So let me get one of these put on there really quick and see what I come up with. I gotta check the other capacitor too. Let me go grab a start capacitor. I couldn't tell when it was in the unit because it had so much stuff at the top of it, but yeah, it's swelling up. You can. So let me test from here to here, and I got a whole bunch of nothing. So I need a 25. So the start capacitor is bad, the run capacitor is bad. Let me get one on there and try to start this thing up. Hopefully that's the only thing that's wrong with it. Okay, all I had was a dual run on the truck, but that capacitor will work, and just using common and hermetic. I'm not using anything for the fan. Fan does not, is a shaded pole, so does not have a capacitor. We replaced that start capacitor too. That one was completely dead. This capacitor, this 30/5 or the 30, was completely dead. So replace that. Contactor doesn't look too shabby. I got my time clock marked, and we're going to stick around for a little while to see if this thing even runs. And let's see if this thing will start up. Okay, the compressor started. There's some movement in my sight glass. There's some bubbles. Well, right now the sight glass is filled. And we're going to let this get down to temp, and I'm pretty sure we got enough refrigerant in there. Just because, oh, we got some vibration. So, I mean, it's running. The sight glass is going to go, it's going to start bubbling here in a minute once that TX starts opening, but we're up and running. So we just had bad capacitors. Line's starting to sweat. Let's see what pressures we got. This R22, 271 over. Yeah, we're gonna let this thing run. I'll get some. Seems like it's running. Oh, it's running high head pressure because we got the top off. That's why. So let me get the top on, and then we'll. I mean, right now we're at 261. As soon as I get the top on, we'll drop that head pressure. Okay, right now I'm running 26 on the superheat. Looks like I'm a little low on charge. I let's see, my sight glass. Sight glass has got some bubbles in it, about half full. We're going to let it run. We see if I can get the box to temperature, and then I'll make my charge adjustment after that. So I don't want to make it now because that TX is probably like wide open. Or maybe it even needs a TX adjustment. This is the first time I worked on this one, so I don't know if it's ever been adjusted. As you can see, we brought down the head pressure from 270, 280 to 218 when I put the top on, so it's pulling a lot of heat out. So as you see, my superheat's going down. See the valve start to work. Sight glass is clear. I would like to check the TD across the coil, but I can't get to it at this present moment. But I'm running 10 degrees, 12 degrees, so I'm going to let it run, see what it does. Plus the coil's a little dirty too, and that doesn't help. So let me let it run and we'll get back to you. Well, as you can see, we marked the time clock right there. And 15 minutes gone by and it hasn't moved, so I got a bad time clock. Also, this one, it's up and running. Got full sight glass, but my coil, I think my coil downstairs needs to be cleaned. And if you look at my superheat, I'm down to like, that TXV's hunting. Now I'm down to no superheat at all. So I don't know if I got a bad charge on a TX or it's just out of adjustment. It looks like it's hunting. It's solenoid just shut. Now it's pumping down. Okay, so the solenoid shut downstairs. It pumped down. Well, what I'll do is I'll get a time clock, come back, replace the time clock, and when I come back I'll have to play around with TXV and see if I can get that to stay steady. I'll have to come back later in the day. Right now they're during rush hour or lunch hour and opening and closing that cooler door, and it, you know, my readings, my superheat readings go up as they open the door up, and then when they shut it and it stabilizes, then my superheat reading goes down to nothing. So I'm gonna have to come back and see what I can do with that TXV. I gotta adjust the TD across it, and because I've never touched this cooler. This is the first time I've touched it. I've worked on the freezer only with putting a condenser fan motor in it, but that's kind of it for this one right now. This one we had to replace the run capacitor, start capacitor, and that's the only thing that really went on with it. And I do have to replace the time clock because that's not budging. Gears are stripped in it. The compressor went off on overload because it was trying to start, and it's pulling, you know, whatever it is, 50, 60 amps, can't start, overheated the overload in the compressor, and you know, if you do that, it's not going to start. So we replaced those two capacitors and it's good to go. So we'll get you on the return trip on this one, just to play around with the TXV. Alright, thanks, like and subscribe.